Lily. We're live. We're live, everyone. We're so glad you could join us today for this fantastic episode of our Q&A Live. And it's always a pleasure for me. And by the way, we have somebody, one of our guests is jumping in, Mr. Emanuel Severino.
Hello,
Severino,
hello.
what's going on, bro? How you doing, baby?
Pretty good. So
Good,
excited. Hello.
good.
Good
Yes,
Glad
yes.
to
timing.
be.
Very good timing.
Perfect timing,
Thank you.
Emmanuel. Perfect timing, brother. We're live right now, man. And I'm glad you showed up because Lily is like, okay, she needed some support. Like, I need another guest on here because we were about to just jump on Lily and be like, Lily, all these amazing questions. Oh, my God. We wouldn't do you like that, Lily. But yes, this is a wonderful episode. We're going to have fun today, ladies and gentlemen. While we're live, normally I do this before we go live, but I'm going to do it now, okay? Lily, do you have that is your IG, right, Lily?
That is my IG, yes.
That is your IG. Okay. Manuel, let's see here, Manuel. I want to add your IG here. Give me a second. Because I want I want both you and Lily to be harassed by the people that are going to be in this wonderful episode. So, Emmanuel, what's your IG?
It's the Emanuel Severino. You want me to put it in the chat?
No, I got you. Severino. Pace watches all these, so I have to impress Pace.
No.
Yeah. So at Emanuel Severino, right? How's that look? Is that perfect? Is that right?
It's the Emanuel. It's THE.
Oh,
Emmanuel
the. Yeah. I got you. Absolutely. Let me fix that. Yes, those watching. Yes, those who work for Morbi Media, we do make mistakes sometimes, so don't judge us. It's okay.
We're human.
We're human. How's that look? That's good.
Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Yes, beautiful. Okay, now there is an amazing website that some of my colleagues put together. It's a beautiful website. It's really cool. The website is for meetups. So it's a website that as soon as you go to the .com, I'm going to have the .com in the chat. When you go there, it's a map of the U.S. and every state, because Pace's community is massive. This community is oh my God, just an amazing community, so contagious. We want you to go to this map and check out all of the. Check this out. Somebody says Lily. Lynn
Already got a fan.
Already got a fan going. What's going on, Lynn? So this website.com is going to be in the chat, okay? And we want you guys to go there, and there's tons of meetups happening all over the nation, okay? Pace wants you guys to go there and invest your time in cultivating other people's lives. But without further ado, our wonderful host, Jason Bates, is going to crush it. Emmanuel, Lily, have a blessed time in here, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Derek, and thank you, Morbi Media, for this opportunity. I really like doing these because you guys have some stories to tell that need to be heard. The good, the not so good, so people can learn what to repeat and then what not to repeat. So, but first of all, a little bit about me. My name is Jason Bates. I'm a Sub 2 student as well as a Gator student and a top tier certified TC. I am the CEO and co-founder of Venture Vibes Fund, where we raise private capital for buying RV parks, boutique hotels, and other vacation-type properties. And I'm also co-owner of Finish Line TC Services. But we're actually not here to talk about me. We're here to talk about these two amazing individuals. And because my mother might be watching, I'm going to let Lily go first, because ladies first. It's because I do have to see my parents for Thanksgiving, and I don't know. She seems to find out. I don't know. So, Lily, this is one of my favorite questions to ask is, what were you doing before you entered real estate and before you joined the community?
Sure. I was a revenue accountant for a SaaS tech for the SaaS tech industry, right in Boston, Mass, in the Seaport area, which is where we had the workshop I think 2 weekends ago.
Love it. Emanuel, what about you, my friend? What were you doing before you got into real estate and joined Sub 2?
Thank you for having me. Before real estate, I was in construction 13 years and then 7-year mechanic. So it was only can do everything with my hand before joining real estate.
Gotcha. So what made you decide to join the community then?
So I started in real estate in 2022, buying my first fix and flip. Was trying to do everything myself, and then I was watching a lot of YouTube video from pay until decide, okay, when I put my property for sale, I decide to join the community and it was like changing for me. Thanks.
Perfect. Lily, what about you? What was the trigger that made you decide to join the community?
I was laid off around COVID time. And prior to that, I always knew that I knew that real estate was like the financial freedom, at least on my like 401k. So I invested prior to that. My boyfriend is in sub two, and as all the guys typically would tell you to do, they're just like, oh, you'll be a great transaction coordinator. And so that was something that I gravitate towards just because I'm like an antisocial person. So cold calling isn't really my jam. And it lines up with being an accountant. So I sort of started there and fell in love. And so here I am.
Nice. So tell me a little bit about the deal. How did you find it?
That deal. So I work with a couple of investors. And so that deal, I think I can't really speak intelligently to it, but I think it's just one of those, it was a foreclosure deal. And I think the investors just, did the little skip trace, however they usually do it on that back end. And so I know the seller did not want to have anything to do with it. She lives in Puerto Rico now. And the bank was just sort of like harassing her on the late payments and everything. And so we basically said, we'll take over the mortgage. We'll basically take it off her hand. She'll never have to deal with the mortgage ever again. And it was a win-win. And that was where it started.
For you as a TC, it was just a standard sub 2 deal with every
Yes. Yes. So that one was a little bit, yes, it is a standard sub 2, very simple. The only caveat to it was that on the phone, so I was actually listening on the phone when the investor was going through the contract, the seller signed the contract. She was signing a deed in lieu back and forth to the bank. She was just like, hey, bank, take this house away. I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to have anything to do with this. So that was sort of like something that we knew getting into the deal ahead of time. We're like, we don't even know if she owns it as of right now. She basically sort of gave us that upfront expectation. She's just like, I've been signing these documents to give back the property to the bank. And so that was something that, we're like, okay, cool. We'll just sign this contract anyways and figure out where we're, if we still have this deal. And so that was, I think like even just getting into the deal itself, we knew that this was like the major red flag and almost like the warning sign ahead of time. And it started from there.
I love it. Welcome, Michael. We just got started. We just did a brief introduction. And so the question for you is, what were you doing before you entered real estate and joined Sub 2?
I was a registered nurse. I worked ER trauma is what I did. I was a nurse for about 13 years. And then real estate was always kind of in the back of my mind, and tried a little, other mentorships, and then eventually found my way over to Sub 2.
Nice. And, that's definitely a fast-paced job for sure. So what was it that triggered you to join the community?
So crazy story. So peak of COVID, right when COVID was starting, I was an ER nurse. My grandparents got COVID over in Mexico. And so I did like a one-man mission to Mexico. I bought a bunch of medical supplies and I went over there to it's like 4 hours north of Guadalajara, 7,000 feet elevation. I locked myself in the house for about a week, and I nursed them back to health. Their oxygenation was like really low in the mid 70s, and I slowly got it up to the 80s for those of you guys who know a little bit more about medicine. But when I got back from that experience, it was really traumatic. Even though I had all this knowledge and skills in the medical field, what I realized it was finances, right? Money, right? I was so focused on health, I forgot about wealth. I was missing the W. And then, I was thinking, I'm like, well, I've always had a passion for real estate. Nursing is great, but ultimately it came down to having the capital to be able to really get things moving. And then I was fortunate enough that I came across Pace's 45-minute whiteboard promote. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it was like Pace in front of a whiteboard for like an hour, just dropping knowledge. And I was like, oh, this is the guy. Like if he's giving out this much information for free on a YouTube ad, I'm sorry, I'm at a flip right now.
No worries. People love
basically, that's
seeing
what it
that.
was. Yeah, let's check it out. We're gonna flip. We're getting ready to go live in about a week or so.
That is
Um,
awesome.
But that's what it was. My grandparents got sick. I realized I needed to make more money. And I've always had a passionate interest in real estate, and I just decided to take the dive. And paces of marketing got me, so I haven't looked back since.
Nice. And then you and Emanuel partners?
Yeah, yeah. So we met. I think he met Abdul first. And so Abdul's out door knocking. Abdul and I teamed up, and then we kind of took Emma under our wing, and we were kind of showing him the ropes. And now that's how we met through door knocking.
Awesome. Well, why don't you guys tell me about your deal?
Go for it, brother.
Okay. So yeah, we were doing training. We take new first. He was taking me, and then we started bringing people to the team, and we were doing we knocked first time in that house, and nothing happened. The lady was cool, but we left, and we started doing like follow up, like one month and a half later. We hid in this lady's house, and I just said, "Hey, do you remember me?" And she said, "I was waiting for you." And like we were talking about sell this house, and I was like, "What do I do next now?" Because I was ready for the no, but not for the yes. And I got Michael on the phone, and he practically set the appointment for me because I kind of nervous. I said, "Oh, let me call my partner," and
I was in the truck. I was in the truck.
There you go. So you closed it from your truck. So what happened
Yeah.
next?
So ideally, we did the door knock trainings. It was one of the ones that we did during the door knock trainings. We set the appointment, and then essentially it was we always try to make sure we have both decision makers, if there's any, more than just one together. So it was kind of like a race to like get the husband and the wife together. And essentially, we set the appointment. I sat down outside with the husband, and the first thing the husband did was started telling me everything that was wrong with the house, the roof, and this and that. And one of the things we talk about a lot about in our training, it's not about the house, it's about the person, right? It's about the family inside. So I just like, hey, you know what? All that stuff, I'm going to take care of it. But I'm like, I'll be honest with you. I want to know what's going to happen with you guys. Where are you guys going to go? So we really started painting the picture of what their life was going to look like in a month or 2 months after we close escrow. So once he told me he wanted to sell the house, go take care of his mom, just him and his wife, no longer taking care of kids and all that other stuff, like their older kids. We brought in Abdul. I underwrote the deal. We brought in Abdul, who does all of our closings and does the negotiations and the back and forth. And we ended up getting him under contract, I think like the following day or something. They're like, "Oh yeah, come back at 3." And then, "Oh, you know what? Let's reschedule." It's like, no. So we pushed for the appointment, and then we ended up getting the contract within like 2 days.
There you go. And is that the house you're standing in now, or?
No, this one's also another crazy story. No, this is from another one of our teammates, Ernie and Alan. They door knocked it, brought it to the team. We picked up that there was a lot of pain, so we told him to go back and set the appointment. And then Abdul came and ended up closing it. This house, we actually saved her house a year ago. We kept her from foreclosure, and then she fell back into it a year later. And then when we came back around, she goes, "I'm ready to sell."
Oh, there you go. So then you can honestly say we're really in the relationship business, right? So we build these relationships. It might not be a deal today, but like you said, 12 months later, it was a deal. And then you help somebody out, and now you're going to help somebody who's going to buy this house in the future.
Yes.
That's amazing. So how was the community involved in your guys' deal?
So the community was through the community we learned how to build a community, right? So Emma, myself, Abdul, and everyone in our team is SoCal DKA, Southern California Door Knock Army. We're building a community of door knockers. So this came from me trying to build a community, and actually Emma almost didn't. The day that we got the appointment, Emma wasn't with me in the car. I was already in the car with like 3 other people. And he called me because he already knows Tuesday, Wednesdays, 4 to 8 p.m. I go door knocking. He's like, "Hey, bro, where you at? Remember this, Emma?" And I was like, "Oh, dude, I'm already leaving." So we made a U-turn. We met up. And then literally the first door we knocked. So the community was Abdul connected with Emma. Abdul said, "Hey, you're really close to Michael," because I live in La Puente. He lives in La Puente. So because I connected through Abdul from the community and him, so it was just like full circle. Everybody just from sub 2 came together.
Nice. Lily, what about you? How has the community, been involved with yours?
Yeah, no, so it's a whole so this deal, so obviously an investor got the, I don't actually know who made the call type of thing, right? But then we have so it was Ted Miller and Justin's deal. So they acquired it, and then they brought in Maricela, who was dispoing and helping out because the seller is she's a Spanish speaking individual. She was in Puerto Rico, so we did run into a huge hiccup where in Puerto Rico we needed to find a notary who's also an attorney, the whole jazz. And so, like, I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately. So Maricela helped us a lot on that. And we had Ari, who's also a, I think he's the one of the regional leader in New England. He helped dispo this out to he's a wrap buyer, but he's also an investor. So he ended up purchasing this property to turn it into a multifamily at the end. Okay. So we have people around the area that helped, all in the Sub-2 community as well.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Any of you guys use anybody from Gator? Any PMLs? Any EMD lending?
No, well, I am a Gator, so I've Gatored on my own deals.
Oh, there you go. I just want to be able to brag about the trifecta. We've got Sub-2, we've got Gator, and we got top tier.
We have Gator. I'm top tier with underwriting, right? Not TC, but top tier underwriting. Emma, you're not a Gator, are you?
No, it's just Sub-2.
No. Okay. This house that I'm in right now, the person who knocked the door and got the appointment, Ernie, he's in Gator as well. So we have Gators, Sub-2, non-Sub-2 students all working with us.
Yeah, that's the message I want to put out there for everybody who's watching now and who are going to watch later is, Pace had the vision to build an amazing community, right? I mean, we can literally book an entire deal. It starts with underwriting, then you find the deal, you do it creatively, then you find the lenders, you do it creatively, and then top tier TC comes in and just puts a bow around it and makes sure that we get the transactions done. And so just the fact that Pace and Molly and Ashley, they all sat down and they just created this gigantic community that says, I'm going to take you from the very beginning, which is underwriting, and take you all the way in the close of escrow, and you can build a powerhouse team all within this combined community. And it's been absolutely incredible to watch this unfold. So Lily, how would you say Sub-2 has impacted your life, and even top tier TC for that matter?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's changed my life forever. I have the flexibility of making as much money as I'd like. Just the power of the community of just like everyone in here, we all have the same mindset. We all have the same goal. And it's, at the end of the day, it's collaboration, not competition. And so it's just, it's so refreshing to be surrounded by people who are willing to elevate with you and not, when you're working in like a W-2 or even when you're with your friends, right? They don't have that mindset, and it's just really hard to grow in that sense versus here, everyone's always trying to push you to be a better person, to level up and to grow and make money and have fun.
Yeah, I've never been in a community where so many people want you to be successful, and most of them don't even know who I am, or they're just some of the best cheerleaders on the planet. I have no choice but to be successful, and I know you guys feel the same thing.
Wow. Well, I was actually on the phone. This is a little bit of a sidetrack, but I was on the phone with another Sub-2 student who was in the No One Left Behind challenge, and I was like, "Yeah, I know Miguel." Miguel was the one that connected us together, and I'm like, I was in an Airbnb with him for Day with Pace. And I've never met this man before. I just know he's in the community. I'm like, I think they did a background check. We're good. I'm just going to stay in the Airbnb with him and a couple of other people I've never met. No biggie.
Yeah, but they treat you like family, so it feels comfortable anyway. So I love it. Emanuel, what about you? How would you say Sub-2 has impacted your life?
Yeah, it helped me a lot. Like since I started, I was in another community, another mentorship before. I never met nobody in 6 months. And I joined Sub-2, I met Abdul like 3 days later, and he take me door knocking. And Michael, I cannot work. He was pushing me when I wanna quit a couple of times because I was lost, and he helped me like, hey bro, you can't quit. Like this is what you like this is gonna be your freedom. Like he helped me a lot. Like my mindset, he changed a lot and always support me. And that was so important to get a community because like I've been struggling before, and it was a lot. Like Michael support me, like a real friend because I just met him this year and he did a lot for me. and that is a lot. Like this is what the community built, and
Yeah.
and he's a he always like I was on the phone like crying saying, Mike, I want to this is not for me, come on bro. And then when I started getting success, like now I got my 4D on the contract, so it's saying a lot. I've been 8 months trying to figure it out and getting the support. Now I start getting success. You can tell that it changed my life, the community.
Yeah, I mean, how powerful is it that someone could look in your eye and say, "This is going to change your life, and I'm going to help you do it"? That's huge. I mean, you definitely owe that person a big giant thank you if you haven't done so already. I'm sure you probably have.
Yeah.
Michael, what about you? How has Sub 2 impacted your life?
It's my so I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I remember maybe like 8 months ago, she came up. She goes, "Dad," she goes, "I remember before you joined Pace." Or she doesn't say Sub 2. She was like, "Before you joined Pace," she goes, "I remember you were always tired. You were always tired. You're a nurse. You're working 12-hour shifts, 4 days,
Sure.
4 days a week, 3 days a week, whatever it was. When
Yeah.
COVID was real strong, 5." And she was like, "After you joined Pace," she goes, "Dad, you're never tired." She goes, "You're never tired." And it's just because it's that like Sub 2's. It's helped me fulfill my leader, like my shoes of being a leader. I'm a natural leader. I tend to put me in a room and it's either myself or somebody else that's going to want to be like, all right, let's charge ahead. Let's do this. Let's do that. Creighton really helped me with my mindset to just be the leader. Because I
Yeah.
was complaining at one point that I didn't want to be in this position or that I had imposter syndrome. And I don't know. Yes, the community is. It's like Emma said. It's life changing, man. Like what I did for Emma when he was wanting to quit and he was doing this and that. Abdul did for me. I would call Abdul before I had the team, and Abdul would be, "Bro, just keep going." He goes, "If you knock enough doors, eventually you're gonna stumble into an opportunity." And he was right. But that came from Sub 2, and just Sub 2 is deeply. If you're a go giver, Sub 2 attracts natural go givers. So it's changed my life. It's right where I need to be.
Yeah, and you're right. There's just so much energy you could borrow because there's so many people that just want you to be successful and people there to pick you up too. So that is an amazing point. I appreciate you bringing that up. So Lily, 2025 is around the corner. What's on deck for you? What's up next?
I am hoping to basically step out of, do more high level of TCing. So I have a small team right now, so I need to hire more, step
cool.
away from it, and just sort of like do more higher level TCing, just overviewing, solving problems, and invest more. And so I'd like to basically shift my focus a little bit more on the investing side. Part of it is just, learning how to underwrite so that I know what is a good deal and focus more on creating that other side of the active income in addition to being a TC.
Oh, Michael's a top tier certified underwriter. You're a top tier certified TC. You guys are bound to do something together.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Sounds like a good plan.
Emanuel, what about you, my friend? 2025, what's it look like? What's up next for you?
Yeah, so now I started seeing the change. I start planning more, and before I didn't. I was kind of messed up, and now I'm more organized and setting goal. So I think in the next year I will start like my portfolio start looking different, more the active and some passive income at the same time. More adventure, next year.
Yeah, I mean, the hard part's behind you, right? And now getting the next deals are so much easier.
This year I've been traveling the whole year. I went to Squad Up, and after Squad Up, I joined the Owners Club. So since that, I've been traveling everywhere, and
Very
now
nice.
next year I'm ready for the next year. So
I always say it's cool that those of us in real estate can put our cell phone and our laptop in our backpack, and wherever we land, that's our office. Yeah, I mean, I've TC'd from Puerto Rico. I've TC'd from probably 10 different states, and most people don't know where I'm at any given time. It's just amazing. It's just fun to be able to do that. Michael, what about you, my friend? What does 2025 look like?
2025. So this year I wanted to do 2 flips. We're actually, either myself or with like JV partnerships. We're at 5. So for this next year, I wanna have at least 12 flips for the year.
Okay.
and then just build out my systems. Where Abdul and I were building out a canvassing team, right, for door knocking. So my goal for next year is to really niche down on the door knock team, build it out. Anybody that's in sub 2 Southern California that needs their handheld through their first deal, like I did, and like we did for Emma, and like we've done for Ernie and everybody else. I want to have the training ground in Southern California for people who can come in. Hey, Mike, I want to get started. We'll show you how to negotiate. We'll show you how to knock doors and how to route in A to Z. Also, my goal for next year is build a team and then be a bigger leader inside of SoCal for all of step 2 and beyond.
I love that. Are you looking to add to your own portfolio, or you just like the whole flipping aspect?
Yeah, man. I called my tax man the other day and I was like, yo, I kind of did a thing. And he was like, what do you mean? He goes, I made a lot of money. I need help. He thought I did something wrong. And I was like, no, man, I made a lot of money. I need some help. So yeah, we're starting to look for some buy and hold opportunities for sure. Some creatives, maybe Texas, Nevada, New Mexico. My sister lives in New Mexico, so I want to spend more time with her. So I know Pace says invest where you want to go to. I want to be closer to my sister.
Right.
So if anybody's in New Mexico, I'm looking for some buy and hold opportunities there, so I can be closer to my sister, Albuquerque.
Yeah, very, very nice. And I know Lily can attest for this, but usually Q4, everybody's CPA says go forth and buy assets. And so we TCs are busy with PMLs and Gator lending and creative, creative purchases. It's just this last quarter has just been tremendously busy. And that's why I love this industry so much. Lily, what would you say to someone who's on the fence about joining this amazing community?
Do it. What's stopping you? Open a credit card and just go do it. You won't regret it. Yeah.
Well, and if you think about it too, if anything you do in life, you should be able to say, okay, I'm going to invest this. Here's how long I'm going to take to get my investment back. And then how can I monetize what I've learned? And so I remember when I invested in Sub 2, it's 2 years ago this Friday coming up. It was the day after Thanksgiving. And I remember I said I gave myself 3 months, and in 3 months I got my first deal and paid myself back. So you're absolutely right. Just find a way to do it, and then don't just watch the videos. Do what you guys all did. Go out and meet people in the community and find out how you can provide value, and then find people that will help you give your first leg up, and then get that deal and pay yourself back. And then after that, everything is gravy. Yeah. So I totally love that.
Yeah. And I think it'll motivate you too, in that sense. Sometimes if you have the money, you might not do much and take action, but it's like, heck, take it out on a credit card or something, that way at least it'll just motivate you to actually make that money and pay it back.
Yeah. Pace has said a ton of amazing things, but I remember the one thing he said that really motivated me is he goes, when I go into every deal, I pretend like my bank account is empty because it forces me to be creative in a deal. If I've got money sitting in the bank, I might not be as creative because I know, okay, well, I've got some money just in case this, deal doesn't go the way I want. And so I've always structured every deal like my bank account was at zero, and I have to find a way to make this work. And that's been a game changer. So, yeah, great point. Emanuel, what would you say to someone who's on the fence?
Yes, the same. Lily say, I did that. I get my credit card and I explode, and like, okay, I need to find, like, I've been follow Pace, but Pace say like the community is so important. And I was in another place, like I didn't meet nobody, and for me it was like changing. So I think you put the word, and you gotta be consistent. Like that's so important. You wanna start in something, and you, like Lily say, you got the money sometimes, like, I pay for this, and you gotta there and decide. I was forced, okay, I want to succeed,
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Consistency is key. Everybody that's been successful in this community is because they've been consistent at something, even if it was just for 6 months. So great point. Michael, what about you? What would you say to someone who's on the fence?
Yeah, it's I've only ever paid for mentorships that I was in it for life. Right. So if you're going to spend $8,000 to be in a mentorship for 6 months, and then you don't have access to the teachers or the instructors or the students, it's like, don't do it. But you're in it for life. It puts you in rooms with other high performers. If you see yourself as a potential, or you're a high performer, this is a place you want to be at, because then you get to rub shoulders and elbows with people that are doing 10 deals a month, 20 deals, whatever it is, making a lot of money. It just being around people like that, the people inside of Sub 2, makes you want to be better.
That's true. You have no choice but to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Lily, people are going to want to work with you. They're going to want to partner with you. They're going to want a good TC. How can people connect with you?
So my phone number's there. Just gonna put this on YouTube. 617-318-8661, and my IG's right there. It says Lily with an extra Y _ my last name Duong. Then just slide in my DM. Send me files, send me, I'd love to connect in general, right? And see how we can work together, whether it's on the investing side, lending, whatever it is. If it's not me, it's someone else. And so let's connect.
Perfect. I love that. Emanuel, what about you, my friend? How can people reach and connect with you?
Yeah, you can DM me. That's my IG. It's the Emanuel Severino. And yeah, DM me there and let's connect. You and soccer, we always helping the new even if you're not in the community, we help you. That's something we learn from place. Help each other and not just because you're in the community,
Perfect. I love that. Michael, what about you? How can people best get in contact with you and connect with you?
I feel so like underprepared. I look at everybody's IGs and your numbers are on there. Man, I'm always like picking on people on my Discord. Put your number in the chat. And this is my first time on StreamYard, so I apologize. But yeah, no, my phone number is 626-354-2375. You guys just look up my name, Michael Barcena, in the creative Facebook group inside of Sub 2. And then basically, just shoot me a text or shoot me a message on Instagram or Facebook. Instagram, I tend to respond a little bit faster. And it's always just a little bit easier to maneuver for me. But yeah, and then if not, you got Emma's IG, so reach out to Emma. Oh, there it is. There's my number. Oh, you put it. Yeah.
Look at that. Look how magical it is. Don't give me the credit. Derek's in the background making sure we all look cool.
Hey, Derek, all right, let's do it. Yeah, so there it is. There's my phone number, you guys. Yeah, just give me a text, give me a call if you guys are in Southern California, or if you, in general, any foreclosure questions, need help, even just saving the house, not where there's no money involved. Like literally, we help out homeowners all the time. But yeah, shoot me a text, give me a call. We're always here to help.
Awesome. You guys are all amazing. You guys are doing great things. I was so honored to be able to facilitate this discussion. And you guys have an amazing Thanksgiving. And thank you for telling your story. It needed to be heard.
Yes, it did. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for joining us. Michael, did I get your number right? The number correct?
Yes, sir.
It is? Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Harass this guy, ladies and gentlemen. Blow his phone up, okay? While he's eating Thanksgiving dinner, he should be like, oh my God, this is absolutely ridiculous. That's what we want. Yes. Emanuel, hit my man Emanuel up, slide into his DMs, get at him. He is absolutely the man. Emanuel has the best bear hugs. Oh my God, he breaks my ribs every time I give him a hug. Fantastic. I love you, brother. And Lily, have we met, Lily? Lily, have you and I met?
We have. I've seen you on the stage at Owners Club.
Yes. Harass Lily. Lily, you're gonna have Thanksgiving dinner, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Harass him on Thanksgiving, you guys. Guys, thank you so much for being awesome guests. This was so great. And of course, Jason, come on, man. You're a rock star, bro.
I love this. Is fun. This is fun for me. I love helping people tell their stories. They need to be heard.
Absolutely. So you guys have a great Thanksgiving. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And I have more work to do for Pace. So I'll see you guys next time.
We all have more work to do, but definitely enjoy the rest of the week.
Yes, we do. You guys take care. See you guys.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Yeah.